Joanne o'clock. I'm here in my studio and I'm having kind of a low energy day. So I totally could spend my time sitting on the couch watching YouTube videos, but I feel so unproductive when I just kind of sit and waste time like that. So I decided to get up off my butt and get in here and work on something that didn't require a lot out of me. I am having some tea. Oh, I started this in widescreen, a wide shot to kind of show you how my studio is coming along. And I'll do a tour pretty soon. I've gotten to where I'm somewhat comfortable with how things are organized. So yeah, that's up and coming. But I've missed you guys. I always feel like I'm apologizing for when a lot of time has lapsed and feel like I'm overdue giving you guys a video. But truth is, you know, I've been busy. I've had a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to put my hair up because I feel like it. I spent one weekend, a couple of weekends ago, with my in-laws at their house, which was wonderful. It's always relaxing to go there. They have a really nice open plan home, and you know, we just kind of hang out, have wine together at wine o'clock, eat meals together, and watch movies or TV, and just kind of veg out and chill. And there's really spotty internet access there at their farm, so which is a positive because you're forced to kind of I'm forced to kind of detach myself from technology, and yeah, that's not easy for me to do. I don't know if it's just me, but don't you guys kind of find it hard to just be anymore with all the technology, the things that we're plugged into, like our phones, computers, television, radio? It just seems like, you know, if I leave my house without my phone, I just all of a sudden feel very vulnerable, naked. Like, oh my gosh, what if something happens? What if I need to call someone? What if my car breaks down? Like all these scenarios. So no wonder we're stressed out. We don't know how to relax and just be. My daughter, for example, she can't ride in the car without having the radio on. Even if I'm with her and it's like, oh, we're finally getting to spend time together. We can talk. We can catch up on things. We can, you know. Nope, she's got to have the radio on. So, yeah, I guess it's white noise to her. She used to do her homework. Like, how can you do math when you've got pop music on? But I don't know. She passed. She graduated, so I'm not worried about it. Anyway, I have my tea. I was telling you, I'm not a tea drinker, really. I have 1 cup of coffee in the morning. I think I've mentioned that before on my channel. But I was dragging so much this afternoon. It's about 4:30, and it's just a cup of oolong, and I put some agave nectar in it. I love this mug, too. This is from the John C. Campbell Folk School in Brasstown, North Carolina. And they sold it in their gift shop, and it's just a clay, earthy, heavyweight, beautiful gradation of color. It's just nice to hold when you're drinking your tea. But I have oolong. Oh, and I wanted to share something else with you guys. You know that I love Aldi's. I should be the Aldi spokesperson for the United States, because you know, when I find something good, I want to share it with the world. That's just how I am. And I know Aldi is not a shopping store that I can go to, and it's not like the be-all end-all of grocery stores, because it's kind of a supplemental store. I can't find everything I need there, but I can go there and often find a lot of stuff that is exclusive to Aldi, which is nice. And I told you in my Aldi haul, one of them anyway, there's many, that Aldi is the parent company for Trader Joe's, which I also love, but I don't really have nearby my house. Here's what I wanted to share with you. Trader Joe's makes these maple leaf cookies. You see it says Trader Joe's brand up here. Maple leaf cookies with a smooth and flavorful maple cream filling, no preservatives, yada yada. Okay, so that's Trader Joe's. Aldi has their baked goods are the Benton's Best brand. So this is Benton's Best brand maple leaf cream cookies with a smooth and flavorful maple cream filling. Yeah. So it's almost the same picture and everything. That's them side by side. And honestly, I don't remember the price for them. This is an empty box, which I saved and stashed because I saw this one and I wanted to compare the two. So I tucked into this package. The first cookie in here is from Trader Joe's. And the second cookie, or the rest of the cookies I should say, are from Aldi's. Now, we're going to do a little experiment. This should be fun. Oh, excuse me for not having makeup and being all dressed up today. These are the cookies. Don't they look identical? Oops, I just popped that one open. So I thought we would do an experiment. Trader Joe's. I love these cookies. I don't know what it is about the maple. They're sweet, but they're not ridiculously sweet, and that maple flavor is very good. Okay, this is the Aldi cookie. And cream filling, very good. It's almost like a shortbread on the outsides. Let me clean my palate so I can talk. Good tea too. Well, I honestly cannot tell the difference between Trader Joe's maple leaf cookies and Aldi's maple leaf cookies, and I believe, let me see, they may even be manufactured in the same place. I don't know why I'm going on and on about this. I just thought you'd like to know. Okay, so this is distributed and sold exclusively by Trader Joe's, Monrovia, California. Canada, excuse me, product of Canada. And these are distributed by Aldi Inc., Batavia, Illinois, product of Canada. Interesting. So they have two different distributors, but they both say product of Canada. So FYI, if you are a Trader Joe's fan, you might just want to check out Aldi. It's Albrecht discount after all, and their prices are really, really good. So that's all I have to say. Okay, so cookies aside, what I decided to do in here is I have this bin. It's just an accordion file, paper, you know, office supply, and I folded the top down and put a little post-it note on here because this is all genealogy papers and sources and copies of things that I've obtained from different places and may have just printed them off on the computer. But I've entered them into my genealogy software, which right now I've switched from Legacy Family Tree to Family Tree Maker, yes. Family Tree Maker is, I think it's a product of Ancestry.com. At any rate, it's the only genealogy software out there right now which synchronizes with your Ancestry.com tree if you have an Ancestry.com account, which I do. So it makes obtaining records from Ancestry's site a lot easier. But I have this whole stack of things that need to be filed, and I told you before, these are my genealogy binders because this is kind of the only hobby. Well, you know, I do some crafting and stuff, and I love organizing and cooking and, you know, kind of, but this is like the hobby that I could not live without. So, oh, and since I did the last video, we had a Genealogy Society meeting for our county level society, and it was a great success. We planned to do a Q&A because we had just finished a beginner's course kind of. It was like a 9-week every Saturday course, and it was introducing beginners to how to do research, how to get started, how to keep your files organized, how to use certain records. And we decided on the heels of that to have a Q&A with a bunch of different more experienced genealogists there to answer questions for people that have just gotten started. And we had about 30 people show up, so that was pretty good. I was impressed, and we had a lot of fun. But I was answering questions on Family Tree Maker specifically. Well, in general, I was answering general questions, technology questions, computer questions, and also software questions. And what it ended up being was I had a cluster of people around me asking me about Family Tree Maker. So, boy, I'm just all over the place today. I'm having a really hard time focusing. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, and this is my royal family book. I'm not a royal, I'm a surname royal. Yeah, I may be royal, but I don't know that connection yet. And I wanted to share this with Carol, who I met. She has, her channel is Uplifting Home 1. And I found out that her name was Royal. We've been watching each other's videos, and I just wanted to say, I mean, her married name is Royal, but she also said that she has a grandmother whose maiden name was Royal. So, and she lives in North Carolina, and these Royals are from North Carolina. So we might be cousins. So anyway, I just love that. It's so much fun to actually meet people that you find out you're related to. So sorry, I had to sit down because my back was starting to hurt. So anyway, I've got this huge accordion file of papers that I've already entered the information into the software. And now, for example, this is some pages from a book, and I need to punch a hole in them. So I brought my hole punch in here, and it goes like that. And then this is Revolutionary War Records, Duplin and Sampson Counties, North Carolina, is the name of the book. Oh, this is my Brown family line. I've got Arthur Brown Sr. was a Rev War patriot, Edward Brown, oh, and Robert Butler. Oh dear, there's two different surnames in here. Oh, Young Royal. Here's a Royal. Yes, his name was Young, and I think that was short for Youngblood. You know, they had some interesting names back in the day, but Youngblood Royal. So gosh, how am I going to file this in a surname binder when it's got so many surnames of mine in it? Well, yes, interesting. Oh, and for Carol's sake, this young royal was born in about 1755 in Duplin County, North Carolina. And he married Edith Blackman. So, oh, one of their children, his name was Reason. Reason Royal. Reason. Why would you name your child Reason? Was there a reason for that? Anyway, my ancestor was their daughter, Sabra, who married Robert Brown. Now, I tell you, I really love doing genealogy, but you ever have to research a surname like Brown, it's like a needle in a haystack. And what if there's more than one Robert Brown in the town where you're trying to find him? So, at any rate, I'm going to skip this one because it doesn't go cleanly in a particular surname file. So, yeah, I've got all kinds of, these are notes from different classes I've taken on genealogy stuff. Family history, oh, interesting stuff. Use your computer to organize genealogy files. This one was very helpful. Okay, here's another one. Abstracts of land entries for Duplin County and Sampson County, North Carolina. Ah, this one just has Wright Royal in it. Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T. So we've got Wright and Reason. Interesting surnames. So I'm going to punch this in here. I'm going to pull the Royal binder. And within the binder, I don't care if, I I don't care. I don't know if you guys care to know how I do all this, but I just figured I would film today. So I have my direct line in the first tab. Let me show you. Direct line in the first tab. And usually I'll have like a pedigree chart in there showing my connection to the royals. And then Young Royal is my first royal ancestor. And then William Royal is his father. And then Joseph Royal Sr. is his father, and he's a Jamestown, Virginia ancestor, which is before the Mayflower, so that's early in the colonies, which was to become America. And then I have a tab here for collateral lines, and Right Royal is like a somewhat great, or so many greats uncle. So because he's not direct, he goes in the tab called collateral lines. And I've printed out family group sheets from my software on all the collateral lines, and I'll just find where he is and stick this behind him. And then I have a tab that says not proven. So if I'm doing, say I'm doing research in Sampson or Duplin counties, and I find some royals that I don't know how they're connected to me, well, since I'm there, I'm going to get that information and put it back here, because maybe later on I might prove that that is a relation to my royals who lived there. So anyway, that's what I'm going to spend my time doing. And I may go ahead, depending on how I'm feeling. I tell you what, you guys know that I have fibromyalgia. And I hate saying that because that's a diagnosis. That's what somebody has chosen to call it. I just know I feel how I feel. I know what my symptoms are. I know that I'm fatigued a lot of the time. I don't have a lot of energy. It's not based on diet or stress level or activity level or exercise or sleep deprivation. I mean, they've done so many other tests for 20 years now to try to determine what the cause of it is, and they don't know the cause of it. And it's very hard to diagnose. So for the most part, they'll diagnose you with fibro when everything else that they've tested comes out normal. So I can tell you they've pretty much tested every fluid I have in my body. All levels were normal. They tested my thyroid. That was normal. They tested my for bacteria in my stomach with an upper endoscopy where they stick a scope down into your stomach. You have to get anesthetized to have that done. That was not fun. Oh, there's a hawk that just flew onto the telephone pole wire from right below my window. How interesting. Huh. He's a big one too. At any rate, so I hate saying I have something, because I don't really own it. I don't want it. I really wish I didn't have fibromyalgia, but I was to go on a date with a friend and do some crafting on Wednesday, and we talked about it again to confirm when I saw her on Tuesday night, and I was kind of non-committal, like, yeah, I don't know what time tomorrow, I'll call you. And that's really what it's come to, is that I have a hard time committing because I don't know how I'm going to feel. And as it turned out, I called her the next morning and I said, you know, I feel lousy. And I apologized profusely, and she's very sympathetic. You know, and I'm not saying this to you all to get your sympathies, and I don't feel like a victim. I just know what is for me, and I'm still trying to learn to adjust my life to how I'm feeling physically. And then my father's been gone for a couple weeks to New York to visit his sister, whose birthday was on the 23rd of April, and Aunt Edna, I talked to her on her birthday and wished her well. And he came home after, you know, we always go shopping together every Wednesday. And he was going to go shopping this week today because he came home on a Wednesday and today's Thursday. And I said, I'm not up to it. It really, and what's funny is, there goes that hawk, sorry. What's funny is, I almost feel like I have a cold. I have this pain it's not pain, I have this throat. Kind of feels like You know, when your glands kind of get swollen, it feels like that. I have had sinus issues because it's pollen season here. But it's not that. I know it's not allergies. I do have allergies, and I take a homeopathic Loratadine, I think is Loratadine, something like that. Anyway, that's not what's got me feeling badly. My back hurts. My energy's low, and I can just tell when I need to lay low. So, but that tea is good. Anyway, so that's what's been going on with me. Not much else to report. Oh, I did eat my frogs this morning, and I think you guys, if you've watched my channel for a long time, you know that I don't know who coined that term, but that's not my original thing, eat your frog. It's like getting the thing done in the morning that you don't want to have to do. And I did a couple of those today. I actually had a house plant that was semi-dead, because y'all know I don't have the gift of keeping plants alive. And I had some plants outside in pots that needed to be dumped as well. So I took care of all three of those, put them out in the compost pile, and recycled the plastic flower pots. That's been on my to-do list forever, and I just haven't done it. I've been doing a lot of laundry because, oh, I meant to tell you, we went to this, when we went to my in-laws, they had to go to a birthday party on that Saturday, and my husband and I decided to go on a little road trip. He had to pick something up in North Carolina that he purchased, and we decided, since we were going up 85 north, that we would stop at Kings Mountain Battlefield Park. Kings Mountain was one of the battles that was a turning point in the American Civil War. And we go up and down 85 north quite a bit. If you live on the East Coast, it's one of the interstates. So we passed that sign, the exit sign that says Kings Mountain Park, exit now, or whatever. And we had been there once before, but only as a stop on another trip. So we just kind of went to the visitor center. Didn't really go up the mountain or tour the mountain or anything like that. But it was a beautiful day, and that's what we decided we were going to do while our in-laws were gone. And since then, I found out that I have an ancestor that fought at the Battle of Kings Mountain. You know, things and places don't have meaning unless we give them meaning. And for me, it was just another historic park, a battlefield park of significance to U.S. history, but I didn't have any personal attachment to it. But then give me an ancestor who had some history there, and I want to go there. It was a wonderful, kind of a self-guided tour. We just walked around the mountain and saw where the actual battles took place, where men had died. Union soldiers especially had died there. And in 1930, President Hoover went and did a talk there. I think the Daughters of the American Revolution had fought to preserve this place and make it a park for posterity. And when President Hoover went to speak there, there were 75,000 people that showed up, which was the largest group of people ever to gather ever here in the United States, or prior to that it had been the colonies, but prior to that period there had never been such a large gathering as at Kings Mountain in 1930 when President Hoover spoke there. So and then just to hear the history, the struggles, the battle, all the units that came there to fight. The Union soldiers were up at the top. The Confederates came from all different states down from the bottom, and on this one day they had this battle that lasted about an hour. Many officers of renowned officers were killed and had their last breath there. I mean, it's just, I don't know, I love that part of history, and I know my ancestor was there with his eyes seeing that same mountain, that same space that I saw. And they said that after that, like the next day, everybody kind of left. They buried the dead in the shallow graves, and from there on out, not many people went to the mountain because the wolves came and started feeding off of the corpses and kind of occupied that mountain for a long, long time. And so it was kind of deserted until the Daughters of the American Revolution at some point, the way I understand it, fought to kind of have that memorial place. But anyway, I could go on and talk about this forever, and I'll probably cut several parts of this video out because it's gotten so long. I plan on doing a tour of my craft room and how I got it all set up. I have some more things that I'll probably do a haul on that I've just purchased over time and put aside. Not really just like one big shopping haul on one day. And then, yeah, I have some other things in the work. I have not forgotten about my photo organizing series that, you know, I told you guys that I would kind of be filming that as I worked through it, and it's a long-term project, so just know that they're going to be interspersed throughout time and between other videos. And also, if you have any recommendations for videos that you'd like to see me do, please, let's see the best way. I don't know, I feel like I want to chat with you guys like real time. Maybe we could do a Google Hangout, or I know there's some other platforms where you can have a call with people and kind of chat and get to know everybody and, you know, talk live. So let me know if you have any suggestions for that and what tool could be used to make that happen. Talk to me on my Facebook page. It's Joanne S728, just like my channel name. And let me know what videos you would like to see. I do have an ongoing list of some suggestions. I do write them down when you guys say, hey, I'd like to see a video about XYZ. I write that down. But for example, one of them was a tour of my sewing room, and I honestly haven't been down there in a long, long time. Like, there's stuff piled on my table again from my last cleanup because through Christmas and stuff I use that space, and as I go down there and move things, I'll kind of just put something on the table and go to what I want. So it needs to be cleaned off again, but yeah, I haven't forgotten. It's just that I haven't been down there to do it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, and I would love to talk to you guys, so give me suggestions. And I guess that's it. I'm going to finish emptying my need to file pile. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.